Welcome, people of Life, Light, and the Dark. Tonight, I just want to share a little insight of what I have been seeing for a long time. And I have talked about this in the past, but I'm sure that many of you should be already aware of this as well. But like I said, what I know to be fact. One thing we know to be fact is that our planet is going through uh, changes. Um, in these changes, different species on the planet are going through an evolution. They're either going to be upgraded or wiped out. And even upgrading them is not a guaranteed. It's not a guaranteed against extinction. But we know that our sun's rays are stronger, and we know, of course, we know a lot of these different things here. Um, that it is considered the crown. It is considered the corona, no? And and we know that word to be crowned. So we also know that, like I've been saying for years now, and what I mean by what I say when I say that they're fighting like hell, of course we know that Earth is hell, and a certain species can't resist without the effects of burning on this planet. So what we see is the planetary changes are taking great effect upon certain people, certain group of people, and thus we get this pandemic as a cover up, but it's really showing something that we should see with our own eyes. And that is that we see every day they doing chemtrail sprays and stuff like that. And they doing that to fight against the what they call global warming. So global warming is nothing but the Earth's um, natural way of killing off parasites that are harmful to the planet. So it's nature taking its course. And we can pretty much understand that the whole point of studying all this is to prevent a lot of it against certain beings on the planet that cannot exist otherwise. This is why we see so many movies like Outbreak, Earth Stood Still, Apocalypse, so many apocalypse movies, Black Hole. It's always something, earthquake, freeze, frozen, the earth, earthquake and the freezing of the whole world, planet. We see and we always see them fighting against that. That's what I mean by fighting like hell, is and studying and trying to figure out ways to circumvent what's inevitable. And my whole thoughts on what will exactly the outcome will be is when you go up against nature. When you go up against nature, she is going to come back tenfold. So basically, one who goes against nature will only end up destroying itself. In the ultimate, in the end, self-destruction. This is what I see the outcome as being. So I have a little article. Climate change has already harmed almost half of all mammals. Researchers found the range of wildlife now affected by climate change is broad, includes animals on every continent. But one thing man has to recognize is that you cannot come up against nature. Man always loses up against nature. In the fairy tale movies, of course, they try to, like I said, circumvent those things from happening. But in the end, the truth is, what a lot of people don't like to face themselves in the dark, don't like to know the truth, the reality. There's the illusion, and then there's reality of it all. You cannot overcome this. You cannot overcome this. But unlike the tiger or the leopard or the lion or the bear, they cannot do anything about their situation. So they just peacefully accept their fate. But man, on the other hand, tries to always intervene in their fate, try to rearrange and change things on a constant basis. And this is why I don't support or I don't try to help this society in any way. And I don't really want to I guess what I'm trying to say, let me just show this video. Let me just do this video here. It'll be easier than me trying to. Oh, I can do it like this, and it'll be on my page, and then I can show it, I think. The only concern is the divinity of my own people. I do not care for as humanity as a whole. I have lost total interest in trying to help or work towards or use my abilities towards helping to maintain the status quo, because it quo, it just has us in a state of imbalance, a state of imbalance. So why would I deal with something that doesn't have these things? Let me share this real quick and then we'll come back to that. That don't have Haiti, that don't have these things, that don't have these things in it. You know, why would I want to be, oh, what did I do? Okay, I'll fix it. Okay. The seven principles of mind. Why would I sit? What would I look like going against my nature and not illuminating nature, but preferring to illuminate man, which is representative of this society, this uncivilization, that's without truth, the ability to understand the difference between the real and the unreal, justice, the state of which there is equity for all persons, harmony, the state of being in which different expressions of Mother Nature, God, goddesses, spirit, human, animal, plants, etc., move together. Balance, a state in which the internal and external environments of an individual or groups are aligned with the goddess, Mother Nature. Order, a state of being which things are arranged in ways that are uncluttered. Reciprocity is the reality that what comes around goes around. You try to circumvent that. Propriety means through confusion, means to be and to do what is right according to the truth that all living creatures are spiritual beings and deserve to exist. See, y'all don't really have that in this society. So tell me why my energy, why should I put my energy towards anything like that, you know, that doesn't have those things? Because it only brings, it does nothing. It really does nothing. But continue a state of imbalance. That state of imbalance. So I'm not interested in saving this society. It's really ridiculous for those who suffer so much to still feel like they have an obligation or that to fix things and make things better, when that is just that's like a leash to keep you holding on, or a string to keep you holding on to the repetitive circle that we find ourselves going in, and keep you hoping in a falsehood that can exist. So our energy is constantly, okay, hold on, someone's backstage, I didn't hear. Okay, no, he's not. So, like I said, why would I do that? Why would I have to? Why would I help something that is detrimental to my situation in my life? Why would I help something to survive that all in the name of falsehood of me thinking I need it to survive, which is a lie. I don't need it to survive. It's just many of us are terrified of terraform. I repeat, many of us are terrified of terraforming, of transforming, of change. If America was to fall, we think our situation will be the same as Caucasian. No, by no means, because it took them to come get us, subjugate us, wipe us out of our knowledge, to have this in the beginning. So if it took that to have this, then the answer would be for it to be naturally taken, for us to have our liberation. That's how that works. It's not keep it alive, give life support, thinking you have to do something, get involved, circumvent something. You don't know what you're circumventing, because remember, they have us in a state of confusion. That's how it works. Been in a state of confusion of who you are, what you are, which person who is for you, who is not. We don't have to worry over that. Who is for us and who is not. We know what is against us. When you have poison plants in your backyard, you know the difference between a poison plant and a healthy plant. That one that is edible. You would know the difference in that. I would hope after having that in your yard and dealing with it, you would know from experience about that. And you would know that one is good for you and one is not. And you probably go out of your way to get rid of that is not good for you, instead of saying, oh, well, I'm hoping that if I leave it here, perhaps it will change into something that will be safe for me. But no, that plant can't change its nature. It would still be poison. It would still be poison. So let me see here. Ooh, I don't hear anything. Yeah, DOD. Oh, DOD is not. He was coming, but I don't know. I don't know what happened to him. But I'm about to play one of the videos I made. I'll probably play it. But basically, all I was saying, excuse me, family, is that I'm not giving life support at all. I'm not going to worry. I'm not worried about the economy. I'm not worried. I'm not concerned for anything, really. I say let the motherfucking burn down. I say let it die. I say let it tumble. It's of no concern to me. And the people who made it a concern for them have to reevaluate their religion, because your religion told you not to put your faith in man. Your religion told you to trust God. Your religion told you that this place was going to be destroyed, that the wicked ruled the world, and that it had to come a time when all this was past. You know what I'm saying, family? Y'all see what I'm saying? Ooh. So, I mean, religion must not be doing good in this country, because people are so engulfed in illuminating man. D, I don't give the system mouth to mouth. You don't know me. You don't know anything about me. I don't feed into the system. I don't feed into the system. I don't give the system mouth to mouth. Speak for yourself on that one. But I know that I don't. I know I don't. Hey, DOD, welcome.
Hey, how's it going?
It's good.
All right.
I know earlier you were probably in the backstage waiting on me. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
Yeah. How you been doing lately?
Good, good. You?
I'm great.
What we
I'm,
got going on tonight?
yeah, I'm talking about what I know to be fact, which is the planetary changes that our planet is going through is
Right.
is to, kill off some things, to get rid of some things. And where the I talked about where the I talked about where the let me share this with y'all again. Oh, we got a new thing for the button now. Where you see this line, he's laying down, right? He's down. He's down for the cause, right?
Right.
He knows Mother Nature put him to sleep, right? Because a lot of these animals are going extinct. They're dying out, right? So they just had some animals died of COVID, a whole bunch of them that were in captivity by the beast. I think they were, Lisa Cabrera was talking about them. Let me go to Lisa's channel and share with you guys real quick. Let me try to go to Lisa's channel. Ooh. Mink something animal. They a whole bunch of them had died out of due to COVID. And global warming is just all this stuff that they make up. Oh, so many words these Caucasians make up every day, But global warming and climate change, and it's crazy because they're the ones changing the climate and trying to trigger changes within our bodies for us to get sick, right? Okay.
Right.
So let me go over Lisa Cabrera's video real quick.
I didn't know you watched Lisa.
Oh yeah, I've been following Lisa for a long time. I just can't find that one. I was doing a lot of things today. It was the little mink. That's what happens when you're doing a lot of different things in one day. You get
Yeah.
lost. You have a whole bunch of stuff in your history. Okay, here she goes. Here she goes. Okay, let me fix it. Okay. Oh no, that's not it. That's the fox. Oh my god, that's not it. Hold on. You've been, yeah, I guess you've been pretty busy. I see you kicking out video after video.
Nothing big.
Yeah. I wish I knew what time it was when I had it on Lisa's channel because I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time. It must have been earlier because I don't. No, it couldn't have been too early. Let me just look it up. But like I was saying earlier about the coronavirus, corona meaning sun, crowned. Um, Let me go to her. I hope I'm on the right channel. see her recent one that she's put out. Okay, there it goes. Okay.
Have died from COVID-19.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so she said, I have to change it off of this one. Put it on that one. She's talking about these creatures that in Utah, on a Utah farm that are subjugated. You know, they claim to love animals, but they sure do subjugate everything. And in nature's green earth,
Of course.
they do, don't they?
Put your for educational purposes only.
Yeah, yeah, I gotta do that. Mhm.
Ladies and gentlemen, there is a mink farm in Utah where an outbreak of COVID has wiped out their entire population of mink. So all of these animals are now dead, 10,000. So this came out on NBC News, October 9th, 2020. Nearly 10,000 minks died. Wow. On a fur farm. You know, these people sure love having something in captivity. They don't believe in letting anything be free. Thousands of farmed minks in Utah have died from COVID-19, forcing affected sites to quarantine as the state veterinarian investigates the outbreak. Nearly 10,000 minks, creatures known for their luxurious silky pelts, have died in the past 2 weeks at 9 fur farms in Utah. As of Friday morning, Dean Taylor, state veterinarian, told NBC News, y'all need 9 mink farms? 9? 9? Wow. The virus was discovered among the animals in the U.S. earlier in August, shortly after ranch workers tested positive. So it looks like this was a human to animal transfer.
More
Taylor
like animal
said
to animal.
that while research suggests people with COVID-19 can infect animals, transmission other way around is considered low. Well, they don't know that. You know, they say a lot of things about COVID that they really truly don't know. Okay. All of the research indicate there hasn't been a spread from minks to human, Taylor said. They don't, trust me, y'all, they don't know what they're saying. They don't know what they're saying. If they have...
Now, they may be right. It may be, the secret may be animal to animal. And they're, you know, because that human thing is questionable.
At these mink farms all this time, and they never got wiped out like this before. But as soon as humans came around them with COVID, what else could it have been? Oh no, that wasn't it. No, that was, they just miraculously all dropped dead, and then we found coronavirus in them when we tested them. I mean, these people, they really seriously don't know anything, but they keep trying to act like they do. Dumb. Okay. Like humans with COVID-19, the most common symptom for infected minks has been respiratory distress.
Thank you, Lisa. That was a great one. So let me go back to my other screen here. Let me go back to this one here where we were. Oh, hold on a second. Climate change thing. Okay. There we go. You see, unlike the tiger, the bear, and all these other creatures who just kindly allow Mother Nature to do their thing, they don't have the hand in circumventing their changes that biologically naturally happen to them. So they have no way of doing that. But man always wants to stick his hand in and try to prevent something for himself and for the other animals as well. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
what I was saying is, I know for a fact that man is going to self-destruct. That's what he's on the course doing, self-destructing. And I was looking today earlier, a thing they were talking about sickle cell anemia. And as I was listening to that, I was thinking to myself, dang, this has to be something that they had to put into certain people. They had to put this into certain people, but it deals with different blood types, different ways. You know what I'm saying? Like through an injection. That's why it's passed down from blood to blood, because if you look past the time before the white man got here, we didn't have these things. You see what I'm saying, DLD?
Right, I hear you.
We didn't have sickle cell anemia until the white man was able in 1800s to go into Africa deeply. Let me double check myself on that, because when was the sickle cell? Because they say it's supposed to, it's got something to do with fighting against mosquitoes. When mosquitoes, when you get drink bad water or whatever, you get sick, and this sickle cell is like something that's supposed to fight or immune you against that. So if that's the case, then that has to be something that was injected into a person and spread it throughout that person that shares that same kind of a makeup. You know, we all Black people, but we have so many different varieties of DNA, right? Varieties of blood types and stuff like that. You know, so it seems to me that certain people with a certain tag, I would say, on their genome were susceptible to having sickle cell due to something that the white man brought into Africa. You see what I'm saying? Or introduced into society, period. You know, because everything.
Can you unlock my room door?
In a minute, baby. Because everything has, like the flu shot. We can't, not everybody can take all shots. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's body reacts differently to different things. Like I can't do penicillin, right? And I had to stop penicillin when I was overseas. It was for you had to take it against getting sick over there if you drink the water. If you drink water from a well or from not necessarily a well, but from a lake or something while I was over there. People catch, I forgot what they call it. Or you eat of their nature while you're over there, you can get catch this, which they say sickle cell fights against. But the whole thing is, I see it as a result from some kind of cause. You know what I'm saying? And a recent cause. And what has happened is it hits certain people who end up with the same genetic makeup only. And because we all may have been introduced to this this particular thing that they shot up one human with, it doesn't harm everybody the same because we all have different makeups. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
And kind of like this, when they do this coronavirus shot vaccine, that may even do, be worse. So I definitely am not going to let something that constantly fighting against nature come and give me anything. Unless you were not having to fight like hell against hell, what you call hell, I'm not going to deal with their stuff. You know what I'm saying? Their vaccines and stuff. Let me get this comment here. He said the blood cells are sickle shaped, so they get bulked, clogged up in arteries. Exactly. But what I'm saying, there has to be a cause to affect the people in that manner. There's always has to be a cause to affect people in that manner. And like I said, let me look and see. Okay, this article here should tell me something.
Did you see what Paul Graves wrote?
Yeah, I'm about to read it. Let me go and read it right quick. Okay. Paul Graves, he said, there wouldn't be non-mink farms if there wasn't a demand for mink pelts that are used to be made into fur coats. Just killing these animals so that people can flaunt themselves before others wearing fur. Exactly. That's the low frequency vibe, white people. And too often they think that somehow they can they can be on a high frequency to go to the ninth, a place called the ninth dimension. Or they think that somehow they can fly off the earth and go to Mars. Or they think that somehow they can turn themselves into cyborgs. They really think these things. So it's crazy.
Well, you know what? I'm like Bear. I don't mind if they get on a ship, or every last one of them, and attempt to go to Mars.
Me either.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't mind one bit. But it's crazy that, that our people will follow behind them. And that's okay too. You can follow on behind them. You can marry them. You can date them. You can speak against us for them. You can do all those things. But and the whole result of it is you're dealing with low frequency vibrations. And the whole purpose of us being involved with them like we are in this society is to pull us down, is to hold us down. It's to hold us down now. And they tell us on so many ways. They don't know how many other ways to tell us that that's their purpose, to hold us down. But where many of our people are just in total disbelief.
You know what, like Bear?
Mm-hmm.
Lisa just did a video titled "Sharks Are Needed for Vaccines." So now they're gonna kill all the sharks.
Yeah, you see, didn't they kill a lot of us too? Didn't they need something from us? They needed a lot of things from us. They needed civilization, for one thing. They needed medicine. So a lot of our ancestors died for them to put them in torturous pain and agony so that they can practice medicine, what they do today. They don't know medicine, but they practice it, right? And they teach our people to practice it. When our people finally recognize what is really good and what is really bad for them, it might be too late. You see what I'm saying? It
Yep.
just might be too late because it's obvious. But I can see when your eyes are closed and you think white is right and white is bright, and white makes everything all right. You know, I guess I could see when you see the light and you think that that's the light and you following a man that he made himself out to be a light. But excuse me, didn't he put the sun behind his head and not above him? So he's putting the sun behind him and putting himself forward. Yeah, he said they just caught 35 pounds of shark. And you know, they eat the shark meat down in Florida now. You know, they eat shark meat. I don't
Yeah,
know.
Lisa, like I said, Lisa Caber just did a video about they need sharks for the vaccine.
That's awful. Why do they need sharks for vaccine for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's lunatics. Last I heard, all you need is some good herbs. But the white man can't. He doesn't want to do that because he knows that everybody has access to herbs.
There's no money in herbs.
No, there's no money in herbs. But there's money in lying to people and telling them that they need health care. What's that? You see what I'm saying? What's health care?
Well, but Lightberry, in their system, the way they destroying the environment, yeah, I guess we would need healthcare.
Yeah, that's the whole purpose. That's what the fast food restaurants, that's their jobs, to give us food that is not even real. And so that we can, you know, it's bad enough the grocery store food I'm learning this for myself, that a lot of the foods do bother my digestive system. It irritates my digestive system really bad. I can't do cheese. I can't do cow's milk. I don't do cow's milk. You know, I don't do dairy.
I don't either.
All my stuff, I have to make sure it's vegetable based. You know, it's got to be from the vegetable. And even that is not, you know, 100%, but I'm learning, because you know how your gut tends to swell up, and when your gut is swelling up, it's something wrong. It's something wrong.
I mean, yeah, even the seeds that you buy now are genetically engineered.
Exactly.
So I mean, you can't even trust the seeds, you know, for plants.
You can't. And I went to look for some grapes for my daughter because she wants to eat some grapes. But you know, all the grapes here in America are seedless now. And that's not real. You can't eat nothing that's seedless.
You're right.
But we want our grapes and we want seeds in them. You know, we're not cyborgs or we're not pawns. You know, I call them pawns now because that's what I'm writing them as. I'm characterizing them as in my story that I'm writing as pawns, my story.
Have you heard of the movie Soylent Green?
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's awful what they're doing. And hey now, Holly, how you doing? Yeah, they're so my whole thing, like I said, they're gonna self-destruct themselves is what the whole thing is gonna happen. Because there's no way you can fight against it. Okay. I was pulling this up so we can look into it. But it's not allowing me to see the history of sickle cell. Let me look and see.
Why do you hit me?
I'm looking for the history of sickle cell. Because I'm so suspicious of this thing. I've been suspicious for a long time. I'm suspicious of all of these things. Because like, you know, Dr. CB and Dr. Africa and millions of others of our ancestors say, All of this is made up stuff. And we're seeing today with our own eyes why they made up these things. So that they can get health care, make money off of us, still, because they don't have slavery. We have slavery, but, you know, even the workforce slavery is not working. So what they need is, they need us to go to and deal with health care. They need us to have health issues. You know, they're not going to tell me that information on here about the history of it. I can't find anything on it, hardly. Let me see. Nope, nothing. Yep, nothing. I can't find anything to talk about that. Dee said he's Gator. But the whole thing is, do you have anything to say before I close out? I wasn't going to stay on too long tonight.
Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah, but that's what I know to be a fact. I know that the planet is changing and that it's ultimately everything is rising to a higher level. That's what evolution is, right? So everything is elevating higher on a higher frequency, and that which can't match the frequency will die, will be killed off of the planet. So that's why it's very critical that we take care of ourselves and not fall for these people's tricks. Don't fall for their tricks, because they're busy circumventing their outcome, and they want to pull us with them as well, or they're fighting against nature, you know. So with that said, thank you, Dee. Thank you, Dee. Paul, Grace, thank you, Paul. Thank you, Neil. And thank you, DOD, for being here.
And thank you for having me, Light Bear. Thanks for having me.
Thanks to the rest of you in the cloud. With that said, true love, real peace, and the higher self within, good soul. Good night.
Peace, everybody.